Hi, this is Lee in Maine. Today I'm kayaking in a pond or lake, as you want to call it. It's located in the town of Manmouth, Maine, not too far from the playhouse, and you can see that on the map. And today is a nice day, really windy, the water's choppy, so it's kind of hectic when you're kayaking, catching the wind and the wave, but that's no problem. But anyway, so I'm planning to do some fishing. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and so I figured we'll get some video of kayaking across a beautiful lake to locations where I'm going to drop a line and try some fishing. Okay, first I'll take you a view off the boat ramp that I just came from, and you probably can see the waves. They're pretty good, and the wind's moving me right back. That's the south end of the lake, looking on the side here to the first house. And nobody else out here. Well, there's two other boats in the whole lake. So what we're going to do is put this right on my vest, like I did many a times, and we'll show a video of enjoying a little kayaking. Okay, let's see what we can do to stir up some water. Alright, I'm heading directly into the wind now, along with the waves, as you can see there. Some of them's got little white caps on them, but the wind's not gusting, it's just a steady blow of the wind. Oh, here's a good one. Here we go. Over the deck. Yes, sirree. Yeah, if I get myself out here in the middle or so, then I'll drop a line and just float with a line for a while. It's right around 85 degrees today in the shade. Maybe in the sun directly it'd be closer to 90. But with the breeze, you got some air to breathe. It's not stale, it's not stagnated air. Those are the days like this. That's what I really enjoy, being out here on the kayak. I used to love to do canoes, and I still got a 16-foot aluminum boat with a 18-horse 7-rood, and I also have a 10-foot John boat, flat bottom, and I have a 25-pound thrust electric motor for that one, and I use that. I used to do a lot of lake fishing with that and pond fishing. And I got into kayaks about 3 years ago. It was introduced to me at a, a friend that had a houseboat and had a camp on a lake. And I had a little interest there, and then a few weeks later I went to a company picnic, and that year they decided to rent kayaks and go down the river and carry everything with them and set up somewheres. And that was a fun event. That was down on the Mystic River in Boston. I was quite impressed, except for I didn't want to roll over in the water. Canoeing's always been in my blood. When I was a kid back in junior high and high school, I had an 8-foot pram that I rode everywhere in the Ipswich Bay, in the town I was born in, down in Massachusetts there. I rode it everywhere. My uncle also made a trailer for me. My dad made the wood frame, and then my uncle finished it off with the axle and everything, and the connection that connected up to my 12-speed bicycle. And so I used to ride that bicycle with a boat on the back down to the wharf, down to rivers and streams in the area. I can remember the farthest one I ever went to was about 12 miles away. It was over in a town called Newburyport, just north. So I know that's 12 miles. And I rode it up there up to a lake to go fishing, somewhat a reservoir. And I've had sailboats. I've had fiberglass speedboats. I've got away from all the confusion and all that. I'm just staying with the kayak, selling the canoe. I don't use it anymore. Haven't used it for 3-4 years or more. And so between the kayak and the 16-foot aluminum boat and the John boat, between those three, that's all I need. Occasion I take out my bass tube, which is a oversized truck tube with a liner with a seat in it, and you'll see me in the ponds and lily pads fly fishing with the bass tube with flippers on. But this kayak thing has really got me. I really got the likes to it. You can pretty much get anywhere you want with it. This kayak I got is under $300 on sale. Got it at Dick's Sporting Goods. I do have another kayak at the house, my first one. And originally that was a $900 kayak, custom made. That's my first one. And but at the factory over at Old Town, Maine, the color on the mixture didn't mix right on the bottom and a little bit on the side in one spot, and so they knocked off a few $100s, so it cost me around $700 at the end, and they threw in a paddle, so that was nice of them. But and I use that one. The only problem is it is heavier than this one, but it's very sturdy in the water like this one is. Glides through. I did the whole coast of Massachusetts in 2014, starting in May right up to late part of July and the first week of August. I did a little bit here and there every day, and roughly 4 to 6 and a couple times 8 hours out there in the kayak, depending where I was going along the Cape, circling it around the tip up by P-Town, Provincetown, known as, and then back on the inside of the loop up the Cape Cod, back to Fall River, and then up the coast past Plymouth, up to Boston, out to some of the islands out in Boston, and then back to the coast, up along Revere Beach, up to Gloucester, up to Ipswich. Spent a couple of days kayaking all around the North Shore, around Ipswich and Newburyport, right up to the New Hampshire border. That was wonderful. My goal is now, and not this year, but maybe next year if I'm ready, is I want to do the whole coast of Maine, but there's a lot more to cover and a lot more treacherous areas. So normally if I do sea kayaking in the red one, then I wear the apron that goes over the top to keep the water out of the kayak. I keep a flare gun. I have it all set up with lights, so if anything happens, I got my emergency stuff on that kayak. Okay, as I reach down to grab my fishing rod, I'm going to shut this video off here, and then I'll come back on shortly and continue on with part 2. Okay, this is Lee in Maine, in Manmouth, Maine today.